Hey everybody, Chef T Renee here. We are back with another set of wonderful dishes that we're going to make tonight. Disclaimer, please excuse my bare arms. My kids came home this morning and they turned off the AC and it's like 82 degrees in my house right now. So I need to be a little bit cool because I don't want to sweat during this video because sweat on food is gross, right? So tonight we are doing the Jalapeño Cheese Dip and we are doing the tostada cups. I'm going to do the cheese dip first and then we're going to do the tostada cups. So before I do the Jalapeño Cheese Dip though, I want to talk about this red pepper and how we're going to roast it for our tostada cups. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can roast your peppers. If you have a grill, you can plop it on the grill and just keep turning it till it all gets black around the sides. If you have a gas stove, you can turn the fire on your gas stove on medium and just plop it on top of put this on there first and then turn the fire on. And then you have some metal tongs and just keep turning it until it gets black all around the side. Unfortunately, I have an electric stove. I've never put one of these on the eye of an electric stove, and I don't think this class is a good time for me to test it out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put this in the oven. I have my oven set to 375. I have a wire rack on top of a baking sheet. I'm gonna cut this open and take out the seeds and all the inside, and then I'm gonna pop it in there and leave it in the oven while we go through this first dish, and then I'll let it stay in there while we prep our ingredients for the tostada cups, okay? So I just wanted to get that out the way before we got started so that way you guys know what I'm doing, right? And let me grab my gloves. And I hope you guys have had a good day today. My kids also had the door open at some point and let in a fly. So I'm trying to get my son to kill it and it keeps disappearing. So if you happen to see the fly, I do apologize, okay? Because I hate bugs and this bug has decided to rest here in the kitchen with me today. So we're going to spread this open. Let me turn my camera down so you can see what I'm doing. We're gonna cut the little white parts from out of here. Make sure we got all the seeds. And one good thing when you have a grill or a gas stove, you can just put this on there, like I said, and put it on low and just let it do its own thing. You don't necessarily have to stand and watch it. You just have to check it every now and then to flip it around. And I'm just mashing it so it can lay flat on the baking sheet. And it's okay if it breaks up. Let me see how much we need for I'm actually going to just roast it all, and then I can use it for something else if I have more than enough. Yeah, we only need 2 teaspoons, but roasted red peppers goes great in a lot of things. So I will just have some already roasted in case I need to put it in something else. So here we have our pepper. I'm going to put it in the oven. All right, so that is done. And now we're going to work on our cheese dip. And the only thing for our cheese dip that we have to cut is and that's if you buy fresh peppers. Otherwise, you can get the canned peppers and you don't have to cut anything. But I'm going to cut these open and take the seeds out, because the seeds is where all of the spice is. And I don't want mine super spicy. So if you like spice, if your family likes spice, then by all means just slice it, or just take off the top with the stem and then dump it in the blender with the rest of your ingredients. Okay? Whenever you are cutting jalapeno, any type of jalapeno peppers, chili peppers, please use gloves. And then after I'm done cutting these, I'm taking these gloves off and I'm going to toss them, because this juice, if it gets on anything, it is not pretty. I have gotten jalapeno juice in my eye before, and I thought I was going to have to go to the emergency room. Not because my eye was necessarily damaged, but just because that burn was not fun. Okay, so always wear gloves when you're cutting peppers, and then you can take them off and prepare the rest of your dinner how you see fit. I also want to make note to make sure you guys check the message thread inside of our classroom. I left some tips in there, some after recipe tips on some things that I would change in the recipes after I tasted them. Some of these dishes are new for me, just like they will be for you. And so I wasn't quite familiar with the taste of some of them. So just make sure you check that. And I will do that for each class if I think of something that needs to be altered or different. Okay? So I'm just pulling out all of the inside of the pepper. And then I'm going to rinse these off and pop them inside of our blender. Excuse me. The pepper steam is getting to me. Okay. So let's get some new gloves. Next, we need 8 ounces of cream cheese and softened cream cheese. So, excuse me. There's a couple of ways that you can soften your cream cheese. One, if you remember early enough, you can get up that morning and take it out of the refrigerator and set it on your counter. That's usually what I do, and I usually try to remove it from the box and just leave it on the counter. And as you can see, this is what I did today, and it's soft. If you forget, preheat your oven to whatever temperature you need it, or just turn it on, like at least 300. Set this, take it out of the box, set this on top of your stove, and just let it sit there. Another trick that I saw on a blog is they took a saucepan and they boiled some water, right? Got it to a rolling boil. They had it was butter, but we can still do the same thing for this, right? Sitting on a dish. like a little small sauce plate. Sat that on there. They poured the water out, and they took the saucepan and put it on top of here. So the steam softened the butter. Okay, you could do the same thing for this here. Or you can, when it's cold, take it out of its package, put it in a microwave safe measuring cup or bowl, deli container, pop it in the microwave. I would do 10-second intervals because you just want it soft. You don't want it to melt. Okay, so I'm going to take that, and I am filling up our Ninja. Okay, so that's in there. And then we have a 1/2 cup of chopped pecans, 1 cup of mayo, and 1 can of green chilies. So let's see here. And these are chopped pecans. Got these from Walmart. They're like a couple of dollars. Okay, we got our pecans in there. That is done. Okay, we have our 1 cup of mayo. And now we need our chilies. And I'm going to drain the liquid off of here. And into the blender it goes. to do the same as I would if this was a cake. I'm going to scrape down my sides to make sure that I get everything in there. All the little jalapeno particles and everything. So our dip is done. I'm going to remove the blade and scrape off the dip from there. I'm gonna grab a bowl and pour this in, and then I'm gonna pop it in the refrigerator and let it set while we make the rest of while we start on our tostada cups. So as you can see, this is the consistency that we want here, and then we'll take another look at it again once we get everything else prepared. So I'm gonna get this in the refrigerator, get rid of the ingredients from this dish, and then I'll be back in a couple of minutes and we'll get started on the tostada cups.